Okay, we've repositioned everything. So now we're going to remove the starter motor, oil pipes, oil pump, etc. It's always good to get in the habit of putting a bit of masking tape or something to block the hole to the water pump, because if you do it now, it doesn't matter now too much if you drop something in it. But when you're rebuilding it, if you drop something in it, you're pulling the engine apart again. So just get into the habit. Common sense, and it's easy. There's 2 bolts that hold the starter motor in. Once you've got it moving with a socket, just unscrew them. Keep those to one side and ease the starter motor out. I have to keep checking if you can see. Yeah, you can. Just ease the starter motor out like this. Bit of a wiggle, and out it comes. We'll check that before we rebuild it. Right, so this just now leaves all the oil pumps, oil pipes, gently. Okay. What I generally do is take all the banjo bolts out with the plastic washers, put the plastic washers back on, you know where they are, and then before we refit the oil pipes, we'll clean them out with brake cleaner, and that makes all the valves free up. We'll check them so that we've got non-returns. The right hand cylinder on this, when I stripped it, I didn't bother trying to start the bike when I got it, but the right hand cylinder, the crankcase, was actually full to the top, so the 2-stroke oil had drained over the years into the crank, which is a problem. That's why I don't like filling the oil tank completely full. I normally put a litre in it, which takes it just above the window in the oil tank, because you don't get such a head of oil, so it hasn't got as much pressure to leak through. All the 6 of those, 12 washers in there, seal it up. Can't lose them. Common sense applications. Right. Remove 2-stroke oil pump. Three screws, get it all out. Lift straight up. Now again, in the bottom of this, be very careful, because there is a drive pin which goes through there and locates on the shaft. So again, be careful that you need to find that you You don't want to lose it. So again, the whole thing into the bag with the pin. Sealed up, can't lose anything. Remove the oil pipes very gently because these do go hard over time, so they can be brittle. Just be careful of these two rubbers that hold them in place, and then we'll blow these out. Make sure get rid of all the decrepit oil that's in there, and make sure that the check valves are working. But we'll do that as and when we start to build the engine back together. But I can't see any damage, but we will be paying very, very close attention to all this. Okay, I always undo all the bolts on the bottom of the engine first. Then when you flip it over, you undo the top ones and you can take it apart. Some people do the top first, but I like to do the bottom first. So what we're going to do is start with the smallest bolts, which are the water pump cover, which are 10mm or 10mm heads, and the ones across the front, all the 10mm, followed by all the 12mm, followed by all the 14s. I've already undone the water jacket nuts, and I've undone the ident bolt and the engine oil drain plug because it's easier to do it now whilst it's all in one piece. So we'll crack on. That buzz gun is only a very, very weak one, so these are the ones that you always have problems with, all the 10s. You don't want them breaking. So we'll just undo them all by hand. I've already undone those two to take that guard off. Lovely. Ooh. Oh, it's undone. Result. Right. Just buzz those out. All these will be going for re-zinking, so they go in a zinc box. There's one there that I didn't get. Got it. Great stuff. You see that one had water in it, it's corroded. Have we got them all? Yes. Right, so now we move on to the 12s. And I'll start by taking the SRIS check valves out. These have already been out because I had to drain all the junk out of the all the oil out of the engine by taking them out, so I know these are all loose. Quite interesting. This one has got the old, that should have a gauze on it. It's obviously rotted away. These two haven't, but they've probably dropped off in the crankcase, but we'll recover those. So, into the bag. And into the box. $12mm. Blimey. Well, that's in. Got that one. Take that off. Extension bars tend to take some of the impact out. There we go, we got the one that was stuck. Three at the back. Into the zinker. Try and get this one out. There you go. Look at the state of that. Okay, so that's all the 12s out. 14s. Wow. Guess they'll be coming out by hand. But I'll put the battery on to charge. Right, let's get the water pump cover off. There we go. Carefully. You've got dowels in it. There's one there, there's one there. That looks like it's been historically broken. There we go. You can see there how dirty that is. It's been broken for a long time. But it's of no detriment. It's just a locating dowel, so we'll leave that. Very gloopy antifreeze in there. Remove that. Got it. Look at that, what a surprise it's not coming up. Okay, same process. Aluminium expands faster than steel. Right. So heat the impeller. Steam, and then hopefully there you go, just flick it off, but remember not to get hold of it afterwards because it will be quite warm. Like that. And if you've got carpet in your garage, get it off the carpet quickly. I've seen people trying to get those off and smash the impeller. All you've got to do is heat it up. And the correct pair of circlip pliers. Remove circlip. There we go. And once the impeller cools down, that will go in with the two circlips into a seal bag. So we're sorted. Okay, we've got the battery charged up again. Thank God for Snap-on's fast charging system. Now they're all covered. That one isn't. That one isn't. Okay. Okay. That's got it. God. after that technical glitch. Just double check that you've got all the bolts out. Which we have. So I'll be back with you in a minute. I'm going to turn it over. Okay, we've got the engine turned over. So we'll undo the next ones. Again, I undo the 10mm first. This one is normally the one that snaps. So I'm doing it by hand. Nice and gently. And that is springing. Oh, it's gone, me beauty. Same with this one. Blimey. Undo them all by hand first. 12mm. And then we'll buzz them out because it's quicker. I always check that the end is intact, which it is. Look at that. Into the zinking box. And then the 12s. Forgot to crack that one. Oh. Okay. All intact. We know we haven't broken any, which is great. Now we can try and split it. So when we hit it, we're looking for a hollow sound. There it goes. Gently here. I don't know if you can see this. Let's move it round a bit. Just tap under there. Start it all moving. Some nice slim screwdrivers, flat blade screwdrivers. Tap them in so you're using it like a wedge. Just go gently. But make sure it's only the flat of the screwdriver that goes in, not the rounded bit, because that will distort. And just be very, very, very careful. That's that side. Some things on this have been an absolute twat, but this has come apart quite easily. Or did I speak too soon? Give it a bit of a shake. There you go. The front's come apart. Put a spanner in there in case it drops back down. It's nice and thick and smooth. That's it. Screwdriver, spanner in there. Again, it's on locating dowels, so you're trying to break it free from those. I spoke too soon, didn't I? We've got the oil pump shaft there, so we've got to get it up over that. And you can see, I think, that that pulled up, so that was quite sticky. And that's what it looks like. Pretty certain this engine's never been apart. Lovely. Hope you found that useful. There'll be another one when we put it all back together. I forgot to mention there are these C-clips here which retain all the shafts. There should be 6. So you've got 2 in the back here, 2 there, you've got 1 here, and you've got 1 on the crank. These should all be cleaned and put in your little bags, because if you lose those, I'm not sure you can still get any more of them, but just be aware that you need them. And if you're sending your parts away for vapor blasting, they can get lost, so count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. And in the bag, you're never going to lose them. Unless you're an idiot like me.